Okay. Hi everyone, thanks for coming back. So when we practice today, I'd like you to try to become the poses rather than doing the poses. Okay, so to see if we can equate our practice to this outside world that we're in, that we're dealing with right now, and learning how to merge these movements with this current environment that we have to your current situation. So focusing on integrating these two, this inner world in here, this internal practice with what's going on around us. And this is very pertinent during this time that we're all going through right now, to really feel where your place is in this situation and to get grounded in this situation. And it really helps to alleviate a lot of sudden feelings that come up of anxiety and panic and fear. And this yoga practice, as all yoga practices, really help us to get grounded into reality, okay? So think of it kind of like an open-eyed meditation, and because of that, I'm gonna try not to talk too much, okay? Keep 2 blocks nearby in case needed for any of these poses. You can always slide one in, and a blanket, of course, for your knee or for Savasana. Good, let's go. Let's come on to our hands and knees. Let's bring the knees together, the feet together, sit back on the heels, reach your arms forward, out through the fingers, getting long through the side waist, take your head down. Take a couple breaths. Then lifting head, coming forward again onto hands and knees. And then sit back on your heels, sitting tall. And if you need to come into the middle of your mat to give you more space behind, reach your hands back, fingers facing away. Walk your right foot forward, heel in line with the left knee. Pressing foot and left shin bone down. Start to take the hips up. You're going to feel some opening through the left quadriceps and probably your inner arms, inner shoulders as you open your throat. And then as we breathe out, take the hips back down, come up onto your fingertips. Sitting up, help your right foot back. Take your hands back, fingers facing the back of the mat, left foot forward, heel in line with right knee. Pressing down equally through left foot, right shin bone. Take the hips up to where you can tolerate that opening through the right quads. Opening throat. And then descending, dropping chin, walking the hands in, and draw your right foot back. Come forward onto the hands. Set your feet back, lift your hips, downward facing dog. And then take your right knee, hang it in generously as that heel lifts, reaching back through left heel. And then switching, left knee hangs in, right heel reaches back. Keep your inner arms strong and engaging towards each other. And then lifting both your heels, reaching both your heels back. And then coming up onto the toes, gaze forward, walk your hands to the top of the mat, feet together. Let's take the hands to the lower legs, spread your fingers. Press your shin bones into the palms, so there's a slight bend in the knee, and the palms press back. That's going to engage your low back and slide your chest forward. Take a fold. You can keep your knees slightly bent here. Do it again, inhaling, halfway lift. Fold. Halfway up. Fold, pressing hands, pulling belly back. Again. Fold. One more time. fold. Now slide through that halfway lift. Keep the knees slightly bent to keep that extension through the front spine. Take your arms out to the sides so the work is here in the legs. As you come all the way up, lifting and floating the spine up. And then keeping the fingers reaching for the clouds, lower the chin leveled with the floor. So it's high Tadasana pose, high mountain pose. And then we take the arms out to the sides. And keeping the legs really strong and engaged, turn your upper chest slightly to the right. You'll feel an opening through the right shoulder. And then coming back to center, a little to the left. Feeling that left shoulder, left chest. Coming back. Taking the arms back up again. Link the fingers together, palms to the ceiling. And then as those palms reach up, draw your tailbone straight down. Ears directly between the arms. Strong mountain, steady like a mountain. And then on your next breath out, fold. Coming back into the halfway lift, you may choose to keep your fingers to the floor. Step it out, downward dog. Coming forward into high staff pose, the plank position. And then rocking onto the toes and slowly come down. Spreading toes back. Inhaling into cobra. And going back down again. Coming back up, cobra. And on your exhale, can you turn to the right, looking over the right shoulder. See if you can find your back heel. Coming back to center. And exhaling, looking over left shoulder, not under the shoulder, over the shoulder. Looking for the other heel. Coming back and down. Toes under, downward dog. On your breath in, lift your right leg. Bending the top knee, revolving the right hip open. And then reaching out through the top heel, flex that foot, and then reaching that leg straight. Then closing the hip, bringing knee to chest, look forward, and step through. So this is Asana. It's one of my favorite poses. It's really about practicing how to get that front knee right over the ankle. Draw the inner legs towards each other, which helps to center the hips. Step it out, downward dog. On the inhale, lift your left. Bending the knee, flexing the foot. And then revolving that left hip towards the ceiling, stacking it over right hip, wherever you are with that. Just turning the chest out to the left, and with that powerful left foot, go ahead and start to press the heel out until the leg straightens more. You'll feel an engagement in the lower glutes. Then turning that left hip back down again, bring your knee into chest, gaze forward, step through. Coming up on your fingertips, and again, looking at your front knee, stack it over ankle, belly in, chest forward. Downward dog. Let's do that again, but we'll add something. Right leg up. Bending knee. Revolving right hip. Turning chest out. And then go ahead and straighten that leg, engaging the lower glutes. Lowering the hip, knee to chest. Look forward. Step through, up onto the fingertips. Engage the inner legs. Hug your body to the midline. Swing your arms to the back and take them into low prayer at your sacrum. Power up your back leg and reach your chest away from that leg. Take your hands down, step out, downward dog. Left leg up. Bending knee, revolving the hip, turning the chest out. Then pressing the heel out until the leg is straight. Taking the hip down, bringing knee into chest, gazing forward, step it through. Up on the fingertips, hug the inner legs towards each other. Both hip points are facing forward towards the top of your mat. Swim your arms to the back, keeping front knee over ankle, hands in low prayer, moving the shoulders away from the chest. Moving the heart away from the back leg. And then take your hands down, step it out, downward dog. Let's keep going. Right leg up. Knee to chest, look forward, step through. This time, back heel comes down. The right fingertips slide back just to the outer heel, or if your arm is really long, you can go down flat with your hand. I've got short arms, so I like to take a block to keep my heart lifted. I'm gonna press arm and lower leg together. I'm gonna revolve chest open to the left, taking my left arm up, but then I'm gonna take this top arm behind my back, and I'm gonna press my hand right into the sacrum. So as I press front leg and arm together, I'm gonna press my sacrum forward into the pose as I open my chest. I'm gonna take another breath. Left arm up, reaching for this environment, pulling the environment down, taking the block to the side, and we step out, downward dog. Breathe into your space. Left leg up. Knee to chest, look forward, step through, up onto your fingertips. Back heel drops into the mat. Left hand, fingertips to the outer heel, or hand flat, or to a block. Pressing lower leg and arm together, we're gonna spin open into what we call Parsvakonasana. And then we take this arm behind, pressing the hand right into the sacrum. And then again, knee and arm press together to revolve the chest open. Right hand presses sacrum under the pose. I like to keep the back of my head in line with the back of my hips, or you can look up if your neck feels okay. Okay, arm up, hand down, block away, step out, downward dog. As we inhale, lift your heels, gaze forward, and step to the top of your mat. Feet together, halfway lift, and then we fold. Hold the belly in. As you inhale, reach up, grab your space up there, and pull space down into the center of your heart. Rise up, tailbone down, fold. Halfway up, fingers to the floor or to the lower legs. These are always options. Downward dog. Come forward. High staff pose. Shoulders over wrists. Open your collarbones. Rock forward onto the toes. Take your time descending. Come all the way down. As you inhale, lift your head and chest slightly, right leg. Both hip points stay down. Take it down. Inhaling, head, chest, left leg. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. And take it down. Toes under, downward dog. As you inhale, right leg up. Bend the knee. Let's do this again. Revolve, right hip up, turning chest out to the right, hanging the head, and then pressing the heel long. Feeling the engagement in your lower right glutes. Then lower the hip, knee to chest, step forward. And we're up on our fingertips. Now, you have an option here to stay on the back toes or take the heel down like we did in Parsvakonasana, like the last pose we did. You're going to take your right hand to your thigh. You're going to reach your left arm forward, and you're going to come up. Now take your right hand to the outer right thigh. You're going to press that thigh in as the thigh presses back into the hand. And we slowly reach forward again, hooking elbow to outer knee. Now keep the bottom hand flat, palm facing the ceiling. And you're going to take your top hand, make a fist, elbow lifted towards the sky. And you're going to press your fist down into the palm of your hand to revolve the upper chest. Now again, if that's uncomfortable for the back leg, you lift your heel. Take 3 more breaths. Then release and take your hands down, lift your back heel, and step it out. Other side, left leg up. Bend the knee, flexing that foot. Revolving left hip above right hip, turning chest out. And then pressing the heel out and feeling the lower glutes, firing up. And lowering the hip, knee to chest, gaze forward, step lightly through, coming up onto your fingertips. So your choice to stay on the back toes or drop your back heel. Take your left hand to the top leg, reach your arm forward, right arm forward on a diagonal with that back leg, pressing down through the feet, take your heart up. Breathe. And then reaching forward as you turn to the left, hooking elbow to the outside of the knee, making a flat palm with your right hand facing the sky. Then you take your left arm, you make a fist, and you press the fist right into the palm of the hand, elbow to the sky. Revolve open. Okay, and if you're not sure what your front knee is doing, look down to make sure it's stacked. And then turn open again. Keep the back leg strong. Sweet. Let it go. Step it out. Downward dog. Okay. On your inhale, lift your heels, look forward, and step to the top of your mat. Feet together, halfway lift. And then as you fold, pull the belly in, coming all the way up, rising up into high Tadasana pose. Exhale here. And again. Take your arms wide, relaxing shoulders. Turn your chest to the right. Come back. Exhale left. Coming back. Take your arms up. Interlink the fingers, palms up, tailbone down. And then fold. Halfway up. Downward dog. On the inhale, take your right leg up. Bending knee, revolving hip open, flexing foot, lengthen out. Then close the hip, bring your knee in, and step forward. Up onto your fingertips. Take your back heel down. Then slowly, without changing this trajectory of your spinal column, see if you can straighten your front leg without locking the knee. Now I have shorter legs, so it's a little bit easier for me to straighten my leg. You might want to put blocks underneath your hands. Then sliding your right fingertips back to about the level of your heel, or sliding your block, pressing forearm and lower leg together, pressing your front mound of your big toe, spin open into Trikonasana. And see if you can feel that bottom hip wedging under the pose. Take your top arm, reach it behind you. See if you can interlink the fingers to the inner thigh. Okay. Looking down, bending your front knee, over your ankle again, reaching your right fingertips forward. You can also take a block. And then gliding, 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 gliding forward. See if you can keep those left fingers linked. Lift your back leg, press away from the floor, fingers on the block or on the floor, and then slowly spin open. So it's a variation of half moon. And then bending front knee, lean forward into front foot, front hand, so that the back foot doesn't crash down. Take the heel down where it was, slide your fingers back. You can also bring your block back. Re-straighten your front leg. Look at your front knee as you do that. As you spin that front knee outward towards the baby toe, as you continue to press down through the mound of your big toe, open the chest and then unravel the left arm up. So just feel that freedom. And then reaching the arm over the head, taking the arm down, bending front knee. If you have a block, take it to the side. Downward dog. Okay, find your breath. Left leg up. Bending knee, revolving the hip towards the ceiling, and then press out through the heel. Lower the hip, look forward, step your foot to the top of your mat, up on your fingertips again. Take your back heel, work it into the mat, and then reaching the heart forward as you start to straighten your front leg. Drawing that left hip back. Yeah. Now slide your right fingertips back to the level of your heel or to a block. Okay, whatever level of the block is appropriate for you. And then we're going to lift right arm. Okay, what I like to do in Trikonasana is parallel the back foot with the back edge of the mat. Just that way I can open the hip. Okay, and then I take that right arm up, and I'm going to wedge the left hip under the pose, keeping the back of my head in line with the back of my hips. I'm going to take my top arm, I'm going to take it behind, and I'm going to find my inner thigh. I'm going to work my fingers in there. Then I'm going to look down, re-bending my front knee. I'm going to reach my fingertips or my block forward. I'm going to lean into front foot, front hand. Keep it low, keep your head low so the back leg can rise slowly rather than popping it up. And then equally press away from the floor with hand and foot as we start to lift our pose. And then we start to rotate the chest open to the right. Then we gaze down, we lean forward into hand and foot. That way we can tiptoe the right foot back to the mat, sliding fingertips or block back into outer heel, re-straighten your front leg, back into Trikonasana, and then slowly unravel right arm up. So you'll feel that external rotation of the arm, and then take it over the head, reaching the arm away from the back heel. And then taking the arm down. Take your block away and let's step out, downward facing dog. Okay, good. And then inhale, look forward, bend your knees, and you can either hop or step to the top, halfway up. And then we fold. Pressing feet down. Keep your back long, come all the way up, 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 and then hands to chest. Okay, bring your arms up. Pull that energy in, fold. Halfway up, step it out, downward facing dog. From down dog, right leg up, bring your knee to chest, step forward, Up on your fingertips, take your back heel and drop it into the mat. And step that back foot one step closer in towards your right foot. Start to straighten your heart forward, pulling right hip back, left hip forward. Now, left fingertips stay to the floor, just underneath your shoulder. Again, you can use a block. And we'll take our right hand to our hip. So we're just reversing the Trikonasana. Our knees love this. As we pull that right hip back, and then we're going to start to turn the chest open to the right. Now, if you don't feel supported here, take a block. Take it up a little higher. It's always good to keep your heart open. And then I would even suggest to keep your hand on your hip as you revolve the chest open. If it's wide open to the right, then certainly take your arm up. Okay? It's a beautiful opening through the glutes, through the right glutes here, and your IT band. Keep your inner leg super strong. One more breath. Take your hand to your hip, turn your chest downward, block away if you have one, bend your front knee, we step out. Take a breath. So always realigning yourself in down dog, realigning your breath, taking left leg up, knee to chest, gaze forward and step through. Up on your fingertips, open your chest. Back heel, drop it into the mat, stepping that back foot one small step in closer to your left, and then slowly, slowly straighten your front leg as you draw your left hip back and your right hip forward. Right fingertips stay under the shoulder, or you take your block. Come up a little higher. Keep a lot of freedom and a lot of space around your heart. Left hand comes to the hip. Draw the hip further back with your left hand, which is going to accentuate that IT stretch. Pressing the feet down, inner leg strong, turning chest left. Almost like you're trying to hide that left shoulder, that top shoulder behind you. If the chest is open, take your left arm up. And then exhaling, left hand to hip, turn your chest down, bending front knee, block away, step out, downward dog. As you inhale, lift your heels, look forward, step or hop to your hands, halfway up, and then we fold. Reaching forward into a halfway lift, take your arms out to the sides. Shoulders relax back, away from the ears. Only take your left fingertips to the ground or to a block again, just in front of your two big toes, and then turn to the right. Then you come back, spreading left arm out to the side. Take your right fingertips down just in front of your toes, and then turn left. Coming back, spread your arms out to the sides. Reach your arms forward, pulling inner hips back. Slightly bend your knees and slowly come up. Interlock your fingers together, palms to the sky, tailbone down, heart up. And hands come to the chest. Lift your right heel, lift your right knee, hold the knee right in the front, and hug the knee higher up into the chest. See if you can bow your head slightly down. And you lift your head back up again, open your chest, release the knee, bring your knees together, fly your right toes behind you, and catch the foot behind. Now your low back is going to arch, so see if you can turn your tailbone down again, which is going to open those quads in the right leg. Squeezing heel into bum. As you inhale, pick the back of the heart up, and then exhaling, leaning forward, keeping a slight bend in your standing leg, starting to reach your right knee back, parallel or almost parallel to your hip. Okay, so there's a lot of balance here. There's actually three that we call the 3 C's. It's concentration, coordination, and confidence. And then see if you can release the foot, stretch the leg straight back, arms forward, and then come back up, 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 bringing knee up into chest. It's only the right arm that goes down. It catches the inside of your big toe, press your knee right into the arm, and see if you can stretch your leg forward. One more breath. Lower, down, feet together, right arm up. Interlock your fingers together, palms to the ceiling, tailbone down, ears right in between the shoulders. And then take your hands down, lift your left heel, lift your left knee. Okay, keep connecting with your environment. Hold the front of your knee, pick it higher up into the chest, and then see if you can bow. And then lifting the head back up, open your chest, your collarbones, and then swing your knee down, knees together, toes fly up behind you, reach your arms back, catch the foot. Bring your knees together, tailbone down, chest up, which is going to open the left quads. Start to squeeze your heel closer to your glutes. Inhaling the back of the heart up, keeping a micro bend in your standing leg. Reach your left knee straight back, heart forward. It's like you're coming into the letter T. You're going to have to re-gaze downward. And now slowly release the foot. Careful it doesn't go catapulting back. Slowly extend the leg back, arms forward. Now if you have a sensitive low back, reach your arms behind you. Take another breath. And then take it back up, 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 bringing left knee into your chest. Only left arm comes down, the 2 fingers, grab the big toe, squeeze that inner knee up into the arm, keeping tight onto your midline as you lengthen left leg forward. Open your chest, open the collarbones, and then slowly release the toe, leg comes down, arm up. Let it go as we fold. Drop your head. Halfway up, downward dog. Okay, come forward, high plank. Bring your feet together. Lift your right leg, belly pulls in. Take the foot down, feet together, left leg slightly lifts. Take it down, take your feet hip width, come onto the toes, slowly come down. Coming into cobra, spread your toes back, long neck. Go back down to the forehead. Take your hands into lower prayer at your sacrum. Inhale, coming up again, slight lift of the chest. You'll notice it won't come up as far. Go back down again. One more time. Inhaling, head and chest up. And take it down. Hands under shoulders, toes under. Slowly go back into down dog. Breathe your space in. And lifting heels, looking forward, hop or step to your mat, to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, fold. Reaching forward, halfway lift, slight bend in your knees, not a lot. Pressing the knees together. And then coming into Utkatasana, which I like to call high Utkatasana. Take your hands to your chest. Reaching forward, turning to the right. Prayer twist. Okay, so now from prayer twist, keep your spine long, your heart open. We're going to slowly unhook the elbow as we turn the chest downward again and start to lift your left foot off the ground and start to take it back as you turn your chest open to the left, coming into half moon again without touching the ground. And then we take the hands together and we bring the knee forward and the feet come together and we go back into our twist. And then we let it go. Halfway up, downward dog. Okay, so let's see if I can do this better with you on this side. Really challenging to do this as I talk. As we go, inhale, lift your heels, look forward, hop or step to the top of your mat, feet together. Halfway lift and fold. Slight bend in your knees, press the knees together, come up into high chair pose. High chair pose, yeah. So you're giving some space and some freedom in your low back as you engage it. Take your hands to your chest. Lean forward, hips back. Turn to the left as you hook your elbow to outer knee. Pressing hands together. Pressing inner legs together. And then we're going to start to turn downward again, unhooking elbow, turning chest downward, lifting right heel, right foot. And then we're going to send the leg back as we turn open to the right. And then give it a try, give it a go. Open, open, blast the heart out. Woo. And then coming back, feet together, turn to the left, hook your elbow again. And then unravel one more time. Take your arms up and we let it go. Fold. Halfway up, downward dog. So it's a pretty challenging sequence to do. It takes a lot of focus, okay? The 3 C's again. The confidence, the concentration, and the coordination. So we're going to try this again one more time before we get to the ground. We're going to do that sequence again. I'll try to talk less. So here we go. Heels up, look forward. Hop or step to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. And we fold. Knees together, bend your knees. High Utkatasana. Hands to chest. Inhale, reach your torso forward. Turn to the right, hook your elbow. And then as we unhook the elbow, we look down, we lift the left heel, left foot, reach the leg back, open to the left. Hovering right hand just above the ground. Hands together, feet together, twist to the right. Unhook, hands down, step out, downward dog. So just realign the body, the breath. Breathe in your environment. Feel your space. Feel how your body occupies this space. And lift your heels, look forward. Come to the top of your mat. halfway up. We fold, pulling belly back, bending your knees slightly, pressing the knees together. Come up high through the chest, Utkatasana. Hands to the chest. Reaching forward, inner hips back. Turn to the left, hook your elbow. Keep the crown of your head reaching forward. Tailbone back. And then we gaze down as we unhook the elbow. We lift the right heel. We lift the right foot. We start to send the right leg back, turning open to the right. Bringing hands together, feet together, twist to the left. And let it go. Take a fold. Halfway up. Downward dog. Now we're going to come to sit. You can either take your knees down or you can take a little hop and cross your legs. And stretch your legs forward in front of you. Sit tall. This is also called Dandasana. Fingertips to the outer hips. Sitting tall, using your fingertips to really press down to lift the back of the heart. Lift your right leg slightly off the ground. See if you can do that without leaning back. And then take that leg down. And then left leg comes up. Hold. Keep your chest wide open. Ooh, I'm shaking. And then take the leg down. Bend your knees until the feet are flat on your mat. You're going to hook your right arm underneath your right leg. You're going to catch the left ankle. You're going to thread your left foot under right leg. And this is actually good that I'm facing the camera like this so you can see where that left heel comes to the outer hip. And then you're going to fold your right knee on top of bottom knee. This is the Gomukhasana legs. We're going to come into full Gomukhasana. We're going to reach the arms forward. Now, you have a choice to sit up a little higher on a blanket. You can also just cross your shin bones. You don't need to fold the knees if this is too challenging. Take your left arm under your right arm, deep under the elbows, twist and take the palms together. Sit tall, feeling outer hips opening. And then just start to lean forward, and see if you can take your elbows down to the outside of your top knee. So just shy to the right. One more breath. Pull the belly in, lift your chest, and turn to the right. Unravel the arms, lift your arms up. Take your right hand to the back of the mat and the left hand on the top thigh. Inhale and exhale, turn your chin to the back shoulder. One more breath. And then slowly come to the front, lift your arms up. And then take your arms down, lean back, and unravel your legs. Take your feet down, hold the fronts of your knees, draw your lower lumbars in, your low back in. And now it's your left hand is going to dive under left leg. It's going to catch the right ankle. You're going to pull it through until your right knee is facing forward, right at the center of your mat. Then you're going to take your top knee, fold it over bottom knee. And if you look down, we work towards getting the two heels almost on the same line, which is very challenging. Okay? So again, if Sukhasana is easier for you, Just cross the lower shin bones, left leg in front. Reach your arms forward. Right arm under left, go deep, fold at the elbows, palms together, reaching your elbows forward so there's space around the heart. So anytime that we get all pretzeled up, it's really all about making more space inside the body. And then as we breathe out, we lean forward, bringing elbows towards the outer edge of that top knee. Maybe some of you can take the elbows down and drop your head in. One more breath. And then belly in, come up. Turning to the left. It's not very far. And then unravel the arms. Take the arms up. And then take your left hand to the ground behind you. Right hand to outer top thigh. Turning open. Maybe taking the chin to the back shoulder. One more breath. And then slowly coming forward. Take your arms up and then down. Leaning back. Unravel the legs. And just wiggle them out. Okay. Then I'm going to turn towards you. Coming into Janu sirsasana. Let's take the left leg out to the side, maybe about 45 degrees. Some of you can go further, that's fine. Taking your right heel into the pelvic floor, we're going to flex our left foot. We're going to hold the knees to pick the back of the heart up. And then as we exhale, we're going to turn our heart towards the bent knee. And we're going to look at the knee. So that's about as far as our chin goes as well. Then we're going to lean back towards the extended leg. We're going to open the palm of the left hand, and we're going to reach towards the foot, maybe hooking forefinger and thumb around the inner edge of that foot. Some of you can take the elbow to the floor. You can also rest it on a block. Now your right hand is just going to come to your hip, your right hip, and I want you to use that hand to press the hip down into the ground as you turn your chest open. So you're going to feel a nice opening through the lower right back. Okay, this is also fine, coming up higher with the left arm extended. Okay, so just take it to the level that your body is open for. Okay, then from there, after pushing that right hip down, then take your right arm up and then take it over the head. Now some of you can reach further and grab the outer edge of the foot. If you have the outer edge of the foot, then start to move your elbows away from each other as you open your chest. Take your right arm up. Take that hand back to the right hip. Press the hip down. And then straighten your left arm. And then coming up over your hips. Okay, other side. Right leg out to the side, flexing that foot. Left heel into the pelvic floor. Take your hands to the two knees. Pick the back of the heart up and turn slightly towards your left knee. Your chin goes with your chest as you look at that left knee. Open the palm of your right hand, reaching towards the inner edge of that foot, maybe catching it with forefinger and thumb. Thumb is on the roof of your foot. Grabbing that, maybe taking elbow to the ground. So I'm tighter on my left waist and my left low back, so it would be pretty strainful for me to get my elbow to the ground. So I think I'm going to take my elbow up a little higher and I'm going to press it into my inner knee joint. I'm going to take my left hand to really press down on that left hip, keeping it grounded as I turn my chest open. Leaning back a little bit into the back side of the body. Take another breath. And you may decide to stay here or take your left arm up. You can go further, over, over, over. This is about it for me on this side, but some of you can go further and catch the outer edge of your foot. Leaning back. Pressing left hip down, left knee down. Then taking the left arm up to the ceiling, taking the left hand back to the hip, pressing the hip down. And then just gently lift up, straightening right arm. And then we release the foot. Okay. And we're gonna straighten our left leg. We're gonna just wiggle all that work out. And we're gonna come into the center of our mat. We're gonna bring our knees into our chest. Take your feet down with your feet together, arms down alongside the body, pressing feet and knees together. We come up into a gentle bridge, bringing the shoulder blades together, inner feet together, then open the knees. So it's almost like a Baddha Konasana bridge. You can lift the inner edges of your feet a little bit. And then closing the knees and lowering down. Do it again, turning the tailbone up towards the knees, lifting your bridge, getting your shoulder blades together, and then opening the knees, and then go ahead and place the soles of the feet together, pressing down through the outer edges of your feet, really pushing the outer edges of your feet to get the weight into the shoulders. Take another breath. And then as you lower down, knees come together. Arms go out to the sides. Legs up. Bend your right knee. Keep the two knees together. And then as you breathe out, go halfway to the right. Come back. Straighten your right leg. Bending left, keeping your knees together. Hold the floor with your hands. Reach halfway to the left. Belly in, come back. Straighten right, straighten left, bend right. Knees together, reach halfway to the right. Perhaps you go a little further. Belly in, come back. Straighten right, bend left. Halfway to the left, or a little deeper. Keeping both shoulders down, and then come back. Straighten your left leg, and then we're going to come up through the arms. We're going to lift, 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 then flex your feet. See if you can grab your feet, and then go lie back down again. So if the feet are not there, grab your ankles, your shin bones. Careful not to grab the knees because that tends to buckle the knees. Take about 2 more breaths. Release the feet, lower left, lower right. Let's get into the center of our mat as we take our arms down. And here we are. So our yoga practice is so much about personal transformation on so many levels. So just close your eyes. Just let your energy drop down into this earth. Just lie here, observing the body sensations, observing your feelings, observing your inner and your outer space, your environment. What is your place in this world? Just take your time dropping. And again, I welcome you to stay here for at least 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So you can always press pause. When you start to awaken, you start to feel the small joints move around and awaken. Just kind of stretch your fingers and then squeeze your fingers. Do the same with the toes. And then move your head, let it roll from side to side, keeping the head really heavy as it rolls. It's like a massage for the back of the head. Feeling that chin really dropping to one shoulder, then to the other. And then finally returning back to center, walk your feet onto the mat. Turn your tailbone down towards your heels. Then walk your knees further into chest. Hold your knees. Roll to your right side. And then come up. Keeping your chin close to your chest as you come to the center of your mat, crossing your legs. Just take an easy seat. And then once the legs are crossed, hold the knees, and then start to pick up your low spine into your mid spine, and then into your upper spine, and then finally your chin lifts leveled with the floor. Take your left hand to the chest and the right hand on top. As you breathe in, lift your chest up and bow your head down. We lift our head, we lift our eyes, we lift our hands up a little higher to the center of the forehead. Namaste. Come back.